Right lads, I'm your host, Man And His Kebab, and yes, I know I'm about 5 days late, but this is the Halo Infinite Beta. Now, I've already talked about this game and what I'd like to see from it, see that video up here, so I'm not going to blabber on too long about this, we're just going to get straight into the menus. The most interesting part, obviously. Yeah, they don't look great. Okay, yes, the background's pretty cool, and the music is great. A more rock-influenced take on the Halo soundtrack, but again, it just sounds amazing. The gameplay itself is obviously the highlight. No campaign, of course, that is to be expected. As I said about 2 times already, it's a beta. But we do have plenty to do in multiplayer. Now, I am playing this on an original Xbox One, meaning it doesn't run great. I was meant to start the video with that sitting there, and I just realized I forgot to do that, so there you go. To be fair, it doesn't look terrible for something running on a console that is 8 years old. Like, it still looks good. Probably near on par with Halo 5, but frame rate drops are pretty frequent. It's pretty obvious this thing was built for the Xbox Series X and S. But it is still great that Microsoft put this out on the Xbox One. After all, most people still can't get an Xbox Series X because, you know, there's none of them in stock most of the time. And before someone comes into the comments and says, oh, there's like 20 in my local Best Buy and Target, I live in Ireland, there's about 2 shops that sell them, GameStop and Smith's. So if they don't have them, nobody does. Now, seeing as this is the beta, we do only have a small selection of maps. The big team battle ones definitely been better in my opinion. They both play and look great. Meanwhile, the flow for the smaller maps, it's not bad, but it could do with some tweaking. And the spawns are, yeah, they definitely need fixing. In terms of modes, you of course got Slayer, Capture the Flag, you know, your standard stuff. Plus this sort of big team battles, strongholds type mode.
Capturing a zone. Low on ammo.
Their entire squad is cannon fodder. Chain the pain, Spartan.
Zone lost.
And a few other ones sprinkled in the mix. Now, the actual gameplay itself obviously draws a lot from the 343 Halos, but I feel as if the team did go back and actually, you know, take some elements from Bungie Halo games as well. It also gives slight Titanfall vibes, but that could just be me. But as I said, it's definitely more akin to Halo 4 and 5, which some of the older fans might not be the biggest fan of. But to me personally, it's the best game in a while. Equipment returns from Halo 3. As I said, the team going back to, you know, take elements from older Bungie games. To be honest though, personally, I forgot they were there a lot of the time. I know the grappling hook was showcased a lot in the trailers. I used it like twice. Now the weapon balance. It definitely needs work. The pistol here is definitely the go-to weapon like it was in Halo 5, except this time it has a much higher fire rate and barely any recoil. In terms of other weapons, the AR is good. The Bulldog is absolutely fucking terrible. The other rifle they showed off in the trailers a lot, I mean, it's okay, but I kind of found myself spamming it too much, which is probably more of a me problem than anything, but yeah, I didn't find that great either. I find a good few of the pickup weapons, you know, the ones you find on the walls around the map, also aren't the greatest, so weapon balance could definitely do with a bit of tweaking. Grenade throws also travel much further this time around, and have a lot more bounce to them. Vehicles obviously also return, and they too are very fast for some reason. That is something to say about this multiplayer. It may be very quick and very chaotic, but it's a hell of a lot of fun as well. Now the progression system. It's not great either. Like with Call of Duty and Fortnite, we get a battle pass, and pretty much everything unlockable is of course linked to that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act surprised by this. As I said in my previous video, this multiplayer is free to play, so they're obviously going to have some sort of monetizable, you know, element to the game to bring in revenue. But I still wouldn't have minded having some of the customization options linked to challenges and, you know, ranking up, rather than having to pay for them, but there's not really much you can do about that. But if the game's going to be free to play, unfortunately, that's just the system they're going to have to go with. Now, even with this, the customization system, it's pretty in-depth. Like with Reach, you can pretty much customize every single element of your Spartan's armor, vehicles, weapons, pretty much anything you can think of. However, once again, most of these customization options, you're gonna have to buy through the battle pass. Theater mode, community games, pretty much everything else you'd expect returns to this game. Now, unfortunately, as we know, Forge isn't gonna be coming back for a while, and there was something else, but I can't think of it on the top of my head, and I don't have it on the script, so final thoughts on the Halo Infinite Beta. we're definitely going in the right direction. Now, I know I did spend a lot of time in this video complaining and listing a lot of problems, but if I'm being honest, pretty much all the problems I listed are only minor things and could be fixed pretty quickly. But Halo Infinite is definitely shaping up to be one of the best games of the year. Now, of course, something still could go wrong, but with the release less than a month away, things are definitely looking positive for Halo Infinite. Anyway guys, once again, thanks for watching. I know this was a shorter one, but it did take me 2 days to install the thing because Xbox One. But regardless, I'll see you guys soon.